May I have announcements, please?
Eliana Elizalde for the state. State is ready.
Jaime Olivas for Mr. Avila, and we are ready, Judge.
Did Mr. Avila check in?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so we are scheduled for a final hearing plea deadline. I do show this is our first trial setting, and I didn't see any motions filed as of yesterday. Ms. Elizalde, what is the rec?
The rec is 5 AP, conditions on portal.
Mr. Olivas?
Judge, I have submitted a non-prosecution, and I understand the state still is reluctant to dismiss it. I'd like to get a pass and move for formal moving. I'd like to formally move for a continuance so that I can explore other ways of sorting this case out in lieu of a trial and in lieu of this draconian recommendation.
Ms. Elizalde, what's the state's position on his request for continuance?
Well, after the comment, Judge. I'm just kidding.
You should have waited, Mr. Olivas.
I know.
Not opposed, Your Honor.
Mr. Olivas, please file your motion. How far apart are we? Well, I'm not asking about how far apart. What I'm asking for, is there anything outstanding? Because I would reset this probably within 60 days.
There's nothing outstanding, Judge.
Okay. So you are set. Let's put you down for August 11th. I'm sorry, August 4th.
Judge, can I get a couple of weeks after that? Because I've got a big, on the 28th, I've got a continuance, a sexual molestation of a child that I don't think I'll have enough time to prepare for this one.
August 25th will be the new trial date, with a final hearing plea deadline on August 22nd. We'll bring you in for a final judges. When did you say your trial was?
August 28th.
July 28th?
Yes, Judge. I'm sorry, July 28th.
Okay, so let's bring you in on July 18th for a final judges conference.
Judge, on July 18th, I'm going to be out of town. I have a trip scheduled.
What about July 25th?
That'll work.
July 25th, final judges conference, trial date August 25th. Please file your motion today.
It'll be done today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Olivas.
Have you excused.
All right, anyone else ready on any final hearings?
Yes, Judge. Top of page 17. In cause number 2021-0D03136, State of Texas versus Martin Ernesto Rangel. Announcement of council, please.
Eliana Elizalde for the state. State is ready.
Chris Anchona on behalf of Mr. Rangel, we are ready.
And did Mr. Rangel check in?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, we're set for final hearing plea deadline. Ms. Elizalde, what's the rec?
20 TDC, dismiss the continuous charge.
So generous.
I thought I was.
What's that
number? I'm sorry, I didn't understand the number.
20 TDC?
20.
Everybody's taking issue with Ms. Elizalde. What's going on?
I
All
can't
right, so Mr. Anchondo.
Judge, I've already I've filed last week a motion for continuance. On this case, I still have to listen to some audio. I believe there's still an outcry that may have to be done. And I was given some jail recordings that I need to listen to as well.
That's what I had down, was a notation regarding some recent, I don't know if the jail calls are actually recent, but they were recently, you were just given notice of those.
Yes.
All right.
And then I also have a vacation voucher filed because I will be out of town July, the whole first part of July.
Okay, so aside from jail calls, I'm sorry, was there something else outstanding besides the outcry?
And then the
listening to
I need
the
to go.
audios.
Yeah, the audio.
Forensic interview, it has to be done in our office. So whenever you're ready, shoot me an email and we'll set that up for you.
Yes.
But that's something that he's been given notice of is available, correct? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, state's position on the motion for continuance.
Judge, I think this is our first setting. So no, it might not be, but I'm not opposed to it. I'm just kind of concerned about the date. I'm sure. What is the court looking at for a date on this?
So he's not in custody. So I may put it down to December of this year. I'm not trying to squeeze it in with all our trials that are coming up August, September, October.
Okay.
I'm not hearing any, well, I don't know. Is there any issue if we go more latter of the year, December?
No,
I really don't want to go to next year. I kind of want to have it on cue for this year.
it helps me, Judge, in the sense that I have a murder in September, in August, a capital murder in September, and so I'm.
So it doesn't bother you any if we go down to December? Myrna, what do we have in terms of special settings for December 1st and December 8th?
We have regular settings, Judge, but my calendar is down right now.
Is there anything notated on the Outlook calendar? Let me see. Maybe we haven't that far. Okay, well,
Judge,
Monday.
we do for December 8th, we have Jacob Urrutia.
What is that? Is it do we know? That's specially set on the 8th?
Yes, ma'am, December the 8th. It's loading up. It's a aggravated sexual assault, 6 counts. With
Okay.
Jim Darnell. It's with Mr. Jim Darnell.
And are we able to see anything for the 1st?
No, Judge, I'm sorry, the calendar's not loading up.
Judge, I do recall that you put you put the Reyes one on there, and that's a sex case, and it's like a 36 count indictment. He is out of jail though, so I'm not sure. I think that one would take priority over this one.
All right, Mr. Anchondo, I'm gonna look into November, December. If there's room, I'll put you there. If not, we're probably looking at January 2024. Okay,
January would be better for me, Judge, quite honestly. November, again, those unfortunately everybody has stacked me. You know, I just can't take these these risks.
Are there any special concerns in terms of like travel arrangements for witnesses, anything like that?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
I haven't discussed it, but if we could avoid the holidays, just because that tends to be, oh, I'm out of town, whatever.
Yeah. Then we may go to January. We may go to January and take away the headache, but until we get our calendar, I can't tell you for sure. Mr. Anchondo, I do have the order here, so I'll sign off on your continuance grant and get you reset. We will have settings in the interim as we get to that trial.
Very good, Judge. And
Thank you
I'll
very
go
much.
with Mrs. Elizalde about listening to those forensics and going forward.
Sounds
Okay.
good. Thank
Thank
you.
Maybe
Do you have anything else? No? Got your
Nope,
excuse.
that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Do we have is it Mr. Underwood or is someone covering for him? I see we have the county attorney's office here.
Mr. Underwood just walked in. He's gonna log into the courtroom, Judge.
Great. So we can take care of Mesa. Is that who it is?
Yes, Judge.
Anyone else ready?
We can take care of a couple of Mr. Hoffman's cases, Judge.
Okay.
Towards the bottom of page 15, Judge. In cause number 2022-0D05268, State of Texas versus Jorge Conde. Announcement of council, please.
Eliana Elizalde for the state. State is ready.
Rick Huffman on behalf of Mr. Conde, if we are ready.
So Mr. Conde is in custody. I do have some notations here. What's the rec, Ms. Elizalde?
13 TDC.
Mr. Huffman?
Judge, they had just relayed that offer, I think, yesterday or the day before. This is the first trial setting. I think we could probably negotiate a little more and possibly come to a resolution without a trial. I'm asking the court to grant a continuance and allow us, a little more time so that we can continue negotiations and try to work this one out.
So let me tell you what I know from looking at Mr. Conde's record. His last DWI third was 10 years TDC. So if you expect the court to accept anything lower than 13, you're wrong.
I'm thinking 10, Judge.
I'm not.
The thing is, you
So-
wouldn't get it there either.
So, I mean, I think he was paroled. Oh, let me see. This offense allegedly happened November 22, 2022. He did, let's see, he pled in 2019. Is that right? On that fifth DWI?
Yes.
On the fifth DWI, he pled in 2019. And by 2022, he picks up his sixth, allegedly.
And this was a car accident, .145.
Unparked, apart.
What I want to know is this a trial?
No,
Okay. I'm gonna, what is outstanding?
hopefully not. Hopefully
What is outstanding?
not.
Anything, blood, I think it was a blood draw. He refused everything, all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, Judge, and yeah, and there's no issue with the
Okay.
stop. We got nothing.
He is reset for July 21st. If you're asking for a continuance. If you are, I need you to file your motion.
I think that's on its way, Your Honor.
State,
we'll be ready
any
for the
concerns, I mean, other than the docket on July 21st, any concerns on that continuance date?
No, Judge, I know the court wouldn't take it, but Mr. Huffman, really 13 was the best and final. That's it. We either go
I
or,
think 13th is a gift, but that's up to you all. I don't know the strength of this case, but what I do know is his record.
I understand.
Okay. So July 21st. Figure it out. Get your motion filed, please, Mr. Huffman.
It's on its way, Your Honor. Thank you.
Muchas gracias. Next.
Right below that one, Judge, in cause number 2022-0D05452, State of Texas versus John Flores. Announcement of council, please.
Eliana Elizalde for the state is ready.
Rick Huffman on behalf of Mr. Flores, we're ready.
And this is one where Mr. Huffman, your office was recently appointed, in the past month or so. So I think we were already anticipating this getting moved. Let me just inquire as to what the rec is.
The rec is 10 deferred.
Had you already communicate that to Mr. Flores? And did Mr. Flores check in?
Yes, Judge.
Perfect.
No, I do not, I don't, no, I have not relayed that or discussed that with Mr. Flores. There was I think that's a new rec, and I think that there are also possibility of a possible sexual assault case.
Oh, what happened with that? That's right.
Judge, I did look into it.
Mhm.
And it's pending the victim's wishes, is what I'll say.
Okay.
That's
It's out of the same incident, right? That was the way I read that complaint affidavit, it was kind of part of the whole thing. So that was what was strange about not having it in your office, so to speak. I'm not going to have you burn a continuance, Mr. Huffman, because I think we already knew when you got on that we would probably be resetting. What I was hoping, though, is that if we were at a point where we could make a decision on disposition, we could utilize the state to do that. But that other case still outstanding, I don't know unless the DA makes a decision in terms of any negotiation on this case that we can move forward. So I'm going to reset you without you burning a continuance. We're going to reset for December 1st. You'll have dates leading up to that trial date, okay?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you very much. Next.
Bottom of page 17, Judge.
Mhm.
In cause number 2023-0D00572 and 2022-0D05364, State of Texas versus Erica Marie Wilcox. Announcement of council, please.
Eliana Elizalde for the state is ready.
Rick Huffman on behalf of Ms. Wilcox, we're ready.
And Ms. Wilcox is in custody. What's the rec in this case?
To TDC.
Are we there, Mr. Huffman?
We're very close, Judge. We got the last piece of evidence recently. It's the video of the incident. And I need to review that. I need to take that over to the annex and go through it with Ms. Wilcox. And I will probably be recommending 2 years. We're hoping for a reduction of the charges, but I think well, we'll see what we're hoping for. More time, Judge. We just need a little more time.
I'm going to do the same, Mr. Huffman. I think I'm getting a message here that you filed a continuance on this one. State not opposed. I'm asking. That's a question. I know it didn't sound like a question.
Not opposed, Judge.
Okay, so this is another one. I'm looking just to bump up over to July 21st.
That'll be fine.
Which means that, Mr. Huffman, don't wait until July, 18th or whatever it is to go take that video to your client. Find out sooner than later so that if you're either at TDC or if because of something you've seen, the state is inclined to maybe offer you a reduction, we get it done, circulate the plea paperwork. We do it before the 18th, okay?
She's got some prior pen trips that we were also.
Yeah,
doing. So it's not going to be a reduction.
Okay, well, then let's get it moving.
But we're hoping.
Okay.
We're gonna do it, is what I'm hearing.
All right. Reset to 7/21, 7/18 final hearing plea deadline. Okay.
Bottom of page 19, Judge. In cause number 2022-0D05068, State of Texas versus Cesar Ramos. Announcement of council, please.
Liana Elizalde for the state. State is ready.
Rick Huffman on behalf of Mr. Ramos. Judge, we have signed plea paperwork in my office, and I've sent Mr. Ramos up to the court to do an in-person plea.
Right now?
Yeah, well, I mean, we could come back if the court.
Absolutely. Have him wait here in the court and we'll take care of the plea.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay. Let's get to the county attorney case along with Mr. Underwood, please.
It should be on page 11, Judge. Bottom of page 11.
Judge.
Who was that?
Is that me?
Is there someone in there with you, Mr. Underwood?
Okay.
I took care of it.
Thank you. Miss, okay, so that was just
feedback, Judge.
Justin. You want to try again?
Is that better?
Yes, sir.
It's because I had in-persons judged, and so I ran up to your courtroom to do these, and I'm sitting next to your computer that's in your courtroom, and I don't know how to turn the volume down or mute, and I didn't want to touch the court's equipment, and so I am sitting here on my iPad, technologically disabled, challenged, I should say, because but here I am. So
I think you're doing just fine, Mr. Underwood.
I'm doing the best I can, Judge, I promise.
Okay, let's go. Did we already call it?
Oh, Judge. Cause number 2023-0D018-006 and 2022-0D00941 and 2022-0D00940 and 2022-0D00942, State of Texas versus Jesus Mesa. Announcement of council, please.
Rafaela Herrera Solorzano, Assistant County Attorney on behalf of the state. Ready, Your Honor.
Justin Underwood on behalf of Mr. Avelar on behalf of Mr. Mesa. Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Rafaela. Judge, in this case, I do believe that there's an agreement. There's an offer of 5, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Avelar had requested the plea papers and the county attorney sent them. I think he just needs to get him signed up. I think that's what the
What's our next setting?
I don't know.
In the meantime, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I wanted to bring it to the court's attention that the cause number in 1806 is actually staying with us. It's that 2023 cause number. I'm assuming it wasn't part of the plea, but Oh, okay, I'm getting a confirmation from Ms. Solorzano. I think if the rec is 5 TDC and that's what I was waiting for to see what was happening with these, I would dismiss mine for that recommendation. Is that all right?
Wait,
Okay.
Okay.
did you want me to include it in the dismissal papers, or are you going to just do it on your own?
If you could include it, I would appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank
Can
you.
you send me it to 2023? What was the cause number?
It's 2023 0D01806, stage of felony possession.
Okay.
It
so
looks
then-
like our next, I'm sorry, Miss Herrera, the next setting is the final judges conference on August 8th. So Mr. Underwood, if everything gets squared away, papers are signed, just send them over so we can have them set for a plea before then, okay?
Sure, Judge. The trial date would be what, the 10th?
I have us down for September 29th.
Okay, yeah. I think there's a note in here that Danny just needs to run to the annex and get it signed up. So I don't think there's any issue with that.
As soon as we get the plea papers, we'll set them at the jail docket. Thank you very much, everyone.
Did you need me
Yes, ma'am,
to
Judge.
send you an amended, did you need me to send an amended plea? Because we didn't include the dismissal of the 2023 case. Or do you want it to be done orally at the time?
I'm okay with us doing it right now. I like, your word is good with me. I mean, I know you're gonna do it, so I don't have a problem just us doing it like that.
I think these are, since the plea papers, it's one case, Miss Elizalde's gonna get mad because I get mad at them all the time for not doing complete paperwork. But if they've already been transmitted to defense counsel, I don't have a problem with that. Just make sure and everybody let them know that when we do it, that we're dismissing that case as well.
We'll do that.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Underwood, do you have anything else?
Judge, I have 2 more if I can do them. I think they'll be fairly quick.
Okay,
May I be excused, Your Honor?
thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your time.
Bye, Rafaela.
Bye, Guy.
The other one's on the bottom of page 5, Montes, Jeremy.
Is that just you with Miss Elizalde?
Yes.
Okay.